Could you imagine having your own FAA certified training sim? Let's check out flightsim.com, who is looking to make that a reality. Trust me, this company is going to change the game. Their focus is on force feedback products. They offer two force feedback options in terms of yokes, the CLS60 and CLS120, and then for their pedals, they offer those with a peak force of 320 Newton meters. Bottom line is, they're not playing around. They offer everything for a fully immersive panel, including G1000s. They're currently working on their certification as a basic and advanced aviation training device. Now I gotta impatiently wait for my turn to get my hands on this equipment. How'd that feel? Pretty good?
Good, right?
This young lady did exactly what I would have done with the controls. You put in some unusual attitudes, and then you want to feel when the controls start to get sloppy before a stall and such, so you can get that feedback to know, hey, is this what I feel in a real airplane? And let's see if I can get this thing sideways and put it all the way down. Bye-bye birdie. Ooh, nice. As you can see, it has all the necessary controls to be an approved training device, and it has a modular throttle quadrant that can be changed to fit the airplane you fly. Still waiting, but that's all right. Let's tap in and hear her feedback. What are your thoughts?
I think it feels all right. I think it's a bit rigid compared to other ones I felt.
That's what you're saying. Okay, so not quite as smooth.
Yeah.
That's possibly calibration stuff too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's go take a look at their FC50 Flight Console Pro bundle on their website, starting at just under $6,200.
Dude, these rudder pedals feel so good.
They feel cool?
Oh yeah.
Force feedback.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Nice. This bundle includes your G1000s as well as your yoke and panel. It does not, however, include the pedals. Looking at their website, the pedals cost around $1,600. I'm ready to take this simulator for a test flight and let you know if this is worth the money. Finally, the moment I've been waiting for. Let's see if this is anything like flying a real 172. For context, I do have my private pilot certificate with about 200 hours combined between a 172 and a Cessna 182. Treating this like a real airplane, I familiarized myself with where the controls are. Now let's get up in the sky and see how these controls feel. As we take off down the runway, look at my eyes light up. I can honestly say for the first time in a simulator, I do truly feel connected to the airplane through the controls. At this point, I just got off the ground. I'm about 500 feet in the air and I'm already sold. Sadly, I don't think my mic was on, so I wasn't getting any of my actual audio. However, what I'm saying is I'm done and I'm in. How do I make this thing mine? I'm saying normally I fly a simulator and I feel detached. It doesn't feel anything like the real thing. But this, it's like, okay, I'm here. The changes in the force feedback as the airplane pitches up and it pitches down. Okay, this is great. Read my lips. This is one of the best force feedback yokes I have ever felt. This, I feel like I'm flying a real airplane, so 100%. Flightsim.com. I had never heard of them up until the event. Check this out. This thing's force feedback is some of the greatest I've ever felt. And it's one of those things where all of a sudden you're not going to sit here and lose that immersion, that feel of, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what it's supposed to feel like. This feels phenomenal. From a feeling standpoint, oh, this is incredible. Okay. This is nice. This is very nice. Turning final. This feels very realistic. I'm in. I am in. Wow. In case you couldn't tell, I'm truly impressed with this product. It's something I didn't know existed until about a week before the event. These force feedback pedals are incredible. They help with the dexterity, allowing you to feel the runway and modulate your movements. The yoke itself has 165 millimeters of travel, which is the exact same as a Cessna 172. Talk about realistic. Coming in flaring to land, it feels just like a 172, especially in a game like X-Plane where the physics matter. Earlier in the day, I met Zach Heel, the owner of that awesome Super Patriot over at Parallel 42's booth, and I ran into him again when I was testing Mazda Racing's force feedback yoke. Neither of us loved it, and I told him he had to come over here and test this thing out. So let's listen in and see what he has to say.
This is amazing, though. I have to tell you, like, I was telling him, I came here with the intention, I want to upgrade to force feedback. But I fly mostly backcountry and warbirds in the sim, and so I'm looking for a stick, and rudder pedals. Those are the other thing I would love for force feedback in, and I've tried everything out here and have just been kind of disappointed in force feedback.
I can tell you, you're not going to just at least to do it or not. You see the amount of force we have, the pedals. I'm not going to bash any other. Right? But our pedals have 370 newton meters. I mean, we're talking.
The pedals feel better than anything I've felt. They're incredible.
Yeah. Well, we're talking if you have an engine out in that.
Right.
Trying to land. That's when you need the 370 newton meters. You can give your full.
You got to give the full workout, right?
And that's what you want, though. So.
Right. No, this is great.
We only have it set to 150 at the maximum.
That's half?
Yeah.
Less than half?
That's incredible. It's truly, really, really cool. Very impressed.
And honestly, my feelings are the same. Should you spend your money on this? If you want something that feels real and you can afford it, then yes, I'm extremely excited about these.